Once upon a time, the trucking industry was a realm of freedom. Truckers, the knights of the highway, were in control of their destinies. They set their schedules, decided their routes, and lived life on their own terms. The open road was a siren song, and they answered it with gusto. They were the backbone of America, ensuring goods reached every corner of the country, from the bustling cities to the most remote rural areas. But then, in the late 20th century, the FMCSA came into existence, promising to make the roads safer for everyone. But did this organization truly bring about the positive changes it promised? Regulations started pouring in. Hours of service, or HUS rules, were enforced, restricting the number of hours a trucker could drive in a day. On the surface, it seemed like an excellent idea. Less fatigue, fewer accidents, safer roads. But did the reality match the theory? With the HOS rules, truckers found their freedom curtailed. They were now racing against the clock, forced to stop even when they felt perfectly capable of driving. The flexibility that was once the heart and soul of their profession was stripped away. Then came the electronic logging devices, or ELDs, a requirement that sounded good in theory but proved to be another thorn in the side for truckers. Yes, these devices ensured adherence to HOS rules, but at what cost? They added more stress, more paperwork, and less flexibility. The open road was no longer a place of freedom. It had become a prison of regulations. And let's not forget the compliance, safety, and accountability, or CSA scores. These scores were supposed to improve safety by identifying high-risk drivers. But in reality, they created a culture of fear and punishment rather than education and improvement. Now, let's fast forward to today. The landscape of the trucking industry has drastically changed. The knights of the highway, once proud and free, are now shackled by regulations. They are no longer the masters of their fate. Instead, they are puppets, dancing to the tune of the FMCSA. But it doesn't have to be this way. It's high time to reevaluate the impact of these regulations. Are they truly making the roads safer, or are they just adding more stress and strain to an already demanding profession? So, here's a call to action. It's time to stand up for our truckers, the unsung heroes of our economy. Let's oppose harmful regulations that hinder their work instead of helping it. Let's demand a system that balances safety with respect for the trucker's profession. Remember, each time you enjoy a meal, wear new clothes, or use any product, a trucker made it possible. It's time to give back and support the knights of the highway in their quest for a fair and reasonable work environment. It's time to make the open road a place of freedom once again.